As Brownsville grows and water demand increases, the Brownsville Public Utilities Board is investing in Brownsville's future to ensure water reliability and protect one of the city's most important natural resources, our resacas.
Brownsville is defined by its resacas, and at the same time we're going through a drought, which means that these are nature's own little retaining ponds for all of our citizens.
There are so many different activities that can happen around and in a resaca, many of which we've lost over time as the resacas deteriorated. But now that we're going to restore them, we have the opportunity to restore those activities to what they once were.
Resacas are a very integral part of who we are as Brownsville. We've neglected that body, if you will, over the years.
Resacas were made by the Rio Grande historically when the river used to run wild and carry heavy floodwaters. The water couldn't flow in the channel alone, so it'd have to spread out and it would form what we call today a delta. And what we see here are the old delta fingers, or the old finger lakes of the Rio Grande.
The resaca was always very safe, very deep. You rarely touched the bottom. It was beautifully clean. You could see far down into the resaca.
My brother and I were just a handful, so the resaca was a good recess period. We did a lot of exploring, making fishing poles, kites out of the bamboo, playing with the turtles, trying to catch the ducks.
Projects like the Resaca restoration are a return on your investment because they are going to be part of the equation to have sustainable water supply in Brownsville moving forward.
The multiple benefits of the Resaca restoration project are increased flood storage capacity to reduce the flood threat, increased water supply for irrigation, for drinking water, and increased depth for habitat, environmental protection, and of course boating, kayaking, ecotourism, and other things.
Before we started dredging the project, there was a lot of work that needed to be done up front. We first needed to collect information at different resaca sites to determine how much sediment needed to be removed and the quality of the water and the sediment that we were looking to pull out.
What we're doing is we're removing sediment, we're removing mud from the resaca bottom and separating the water from the mud, from the silt, and collecting the mud and recycling the water back into the resaca.
So it's critical to be able to take what is a resaca that is at 12 inches or 18 inches and take them down to 4, 5, 8 feet in some areas.
It's not just about the environment, it's not just about beauty, it's not just about active space, but it's about creating a city where vibrancy is the rule rather than the exception.
Quite frankly, the most challenging part has been really the trash. In one particular segment we collected up to about 200 tires. It, a lot of clogging, a lot of stoppages shut down the operation, and it affects our productivity.
As anything in life, sometimes we fail to look at it because we're so close to it, but I want every citizen of this community to make it a point to go out there and take a look at your resacas and remember what a great gift this is for our town.
Those cities that are vibrant take on an out-of-the-box way of thinking how to provide green space, how do they provide trails, how do they improve property values, how do they attract businesses from outside of town. And we have the opportunity with Resaca Restoration to tie so many of those things into one big box that will work for all of us here in Brownsville.
I live on Resaca and it's great because I can just walk out my back door and see the beautiful resacas and the wildlife in it.
The resacas are how we got to be who we are.
And it's wonderful to talk about the resacas. And of course, bird watchers and people like that just love them. So we have quite a special thing here in our resacas.
I think we need to rethink and restore our resacas. We have to protect our resacas for future generations. It's absolutely important for the city of Brownsville.
So Brownsville.
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 Help us
Rethink and restore.
Restore our resacas.
They are an asset to our community.
Let's get at it.